What is happening, my peeps? Nancy here with your crazy Mexican, as always, on TVL Thursday. What is happening, my peeps? Welcome to another TVL Thursday. I hope the sound is okay. Let me do something with these headphones over here. Production. What is happening, my people? Welcome to another TVL Thursday. Bear with me, as you can probably hear, I sound a little weird. There have been some challenges here on TVL. Y'all, I've been under the weather. I've had a cough, and the same with Bill. And I know it had been 2 weeks already, and I hadn't been able to do the live stream because we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, and I'm going to tell you why. But just bear with me. I am going to try to get through the whole hour without having the sniffles or a cough attack, because nobody likes a commentator making those noises across the screen. So just bear with me. And if not, then we might just cut it short in a 30-minute show. And it is what it is, right, friends? So I have a cup of hot green tea, and I'm about to sit down and dish out the tea for the channel for this past couple weeks, y'all. Oh, that's delicious. All right, let's hop on first to the comments and make sure that everybody can hear me okay, that everything is kosher. Let's make sure that I can see here. And first, right off the bat, is Thrifty Angela. What is happening, Thrifty Angela? One of our fabulous members. What is going on, Thrifty? Saying hello. What is happening, my sister? Thrifty, your new video for Mother's Day is super awesome. That little plate with the flowers, girl, you got it going on. You just got it going on. The Dyson Crazy Adventure. Hello, Nancy. What is happening, Dyson Crazy Adventure? Welcome, guys. Welcome. I know I sound weird. Just bear with me, friends. Linda Barker saying hello. Hi, Nancy and everyone. I am super excited to be here, friends. Even though I'm still trying to truck through, but we're going to truck through because you guys are important and I owe it to you. Irene's live blog. Good morning, ma'am. What is happening, Irene's live blog? And welcome. Thrifty Angela saying hello to the Dysons, and the Dysons saying hello to Angela. So yes, friends. Linda, oh no, I hope you feel better. I'm working on it, Linda. It's been a week. I'm trying to come out of it. I am trying to come out of it. It's a work in progress, friends. It's a work in progress. But it is what it is, right? We just have to truck through and just do it. Hope you feel better. Oh, thank you, Dyson's Crazy Adventure. And thank you all really for being here and joining me on this Thursday night. Orion Ross, hola manita, si toda moquienta. Saying hello to the peeps. Linda saying hello to Irene. So yes, friends, like I said, it's been 2 weeks since I was able to do the live stream. It's been, friends, I tell you everything. I tell you the good, I tell you the bad, I tell you. So we're going to get into everything right now. And right now, I am not being disrespectful if I am looking away from you, friends, right now. Well, as you could see from the thumbnail, yours truly lives in Tornado Alley. So right now, there are some storms developing around the Texas, Oklahoma area, and I am keeping an eye on the weather. Right now, there was just a tornado that touched down north of Abilene right now, and these severe storms are moving northeast, which is towards me, and they had already produced 2 tornadoes. So I'm trying to talk to you, friends, and make sure that I keep an eye on the weather and make sure that what is going on with this light. This is so crazy, and just keep track of everything and tell you everything that's been going on. And like I said, friends, it has just been totally crazy. So where should I start? Linda, how is Bill? Let's start there. How is Bill? Bill is also sick, Linda, but he had to go to work. And I mean, unfortunately, let's use the mute button for a second. See, friends, my apologies. Bill is also sick, but he ended up going to work, and I'm staying home, taking care of business, trying to take care of the channel, trying to work on other things, and it's just what can I say, friends? What can I say? So let's just start, right? Let's start right here. Let's start right here. And I want to say thank you to all of you that commented on my last video. What do you mean prison? Where I took my daughter to pick up some inmates at one of the federal prisons in Texas. Yes, it's not a joke. Yes, we did stop and pick up inmates from a federal prison in Texas. But, oh, goodness gracious. Let me just get through this show. But thank you all that commented on this video. And if you haven't seen this video, I highly recommend it. I'm not going to, well, there are some spoilers. I guess the cat is out of the bag, right? The cat is out of the bag. But it was a super cool experience that I had with my daughter, and it was supposed to be a trip to go visit a family member, and little did we know, I had no idea that this bus actually stopped to pick up inmates, and it did. And I don't know, I figured it'd be something good to know for, I don't know, maybe somebody would like to know, like if me, that I'm a mom traveling with my daughter solo on a bus that is, let's just say, 8 to 9 inmates and 4 civilians. So the odds there for some people would be a little different, scary, maybe, but it was very interesting nonetheless. But I suggest that if you haven't seen the video, it's quite entertaining, and we definitely take you along on this wonderful bus trip through Texas. I think you're definitely going to enjoy it. And while you are here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button because it really helps the channel out. All right, Ross, saying hello to everybody and saying hello to Linda. So yes, friends, this bus trip was super fun, and this is one of the trips that I took a while back when I told your friends that I was going to go and visit one of my family members. So it was super fun. I am watching the news right now, and there's another tornado that just touched down north of Abilene right now. It's been crazy, friends. It has been crazy here. Let me just jump right in before this voice starts going out on me and we don't get into the nitty-gritty. this is why we're here, right? The update of everything that has been going on here in the channel. Friends, let me tell you how the last 2 weeks have been here on TBL. Of course, it started with getting down with the sickness. And I'm not even going to start singing the song with the raspy voice because forget about it. But you know what I'm talking about. Bill and I went to the doctor, ended up with a prescription, cough medicine, the whole nine, which was part of the reason why I couldn't do the live stream, because I just couldn't stop coughing, and I was not going to subject you, friends, to that. It's not polite. And during that week, our family's been going through some really difficult times. I don't know if I had told you on the last live stream before the ones that we had missed that, excuse me, one of our family members was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And unfortunately, within this past 2 weeks, this family member ended up passing away. So it's been a difficult time for some of our family members with this loss that we had in our family. So we've been a little bit busy with family and trying to be supportive on that end. And also, life happens, and I'm dealing with the sickness and having a death in the family and other things that I am going to get into. So that's what's been going on. And like I said, friends, I always share with you everything that's been good, the good, the bad, and that's just what's been happening this week. And I share it with you. And we're doing okay. I'm doing okay. Of course, living with it. What can you do, right? It's just, what can I say? And it sounds cliche, but it is what it is. And it's sometimes it's hard, but you just straighten up your crown and get back to it. What else can you do, right? You have to. So try to help family out on that aspect, and working on ourselves also on the same token. It has oh, good grief. It has been a challenge. Speaking of challenges, friends, do you see this right here? What time is it? Okay, we are going right. We are going right on time. Like I said, right now, this weather here in Tornado Alley, I am located, I guess, in the north Texas, southern Oklahoma area, which, for those of you that don't know, that is called Tornado Alley, which during the spring has a high propensity for severe weather, and especially tornadoes. And this past 2 weeks have been incredible, friends. Let me show you where I spent a couple hours the other day here in Oklahoma. You'll know what that is? Does anybody know what my dungeon? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I was a bad wife and I got thrown in a dungeon. No, friends, this is a tornado shelter. That is the door. You open the door and you go underground. And friends, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what happened to us the other day. This was actually, oh my God, I don't know, 2-3 days ago when the weather was bad. I have to look at my social media and on the posts that I had put on there. But a couple of days ago, we had a really bad rash of really bad weather, and Oklahoma got hit by several tornadoes in the same day. It was something crazy. It was like 10 to 13 tornadoes in one day, back to back. It was nuts. Bill and I were at home in the RV, and of course, you start getting the alerts on the phone for severe weather, beep beep beep, etc. No big deal. We're used to it, right? We live in Tornado Alley. It's no big deal, but you still keep an eye out because you have to, right? Just in case. And bless Jesus and praise the Lord, because the Lord works in mysterious ways, because I believe there's no such thing as coincidences. When the hand of the Lord is upon you, you know what I mean? But friends, the storms started getting really bad. And granted, this RV, I have tested it. And subjected it to the test, and it can withstand 85-mile-an-hour winds and hail up to ping pong size hail. So this RV is all right with that. Up to maybe 80-mile-an-hour winds, that's a little iffy. So we started getting the alerts, friends, and while we were in the RV, going from severe thunderstorm to a tornado watch to a tornado warning. And once you get the tornado warning, that's when you really got to pay attention, because that's when the propensity is prime to drop down a tornado and you have to go. And we usually haven't had to evacuate or anything like that until this time. Yes, friends. While we were sitting in the RV, long story short, a couple of days ago, I met one of my neighbors around here in Oklahoma. God bless this woman. God bless this woman. But she's got a farm and a property next to the RV park. And she's the owner of the baby goats. And the other day, as I was rescuing one of the goats, I climbed over her fence to rescue the goat. And as I was climbing back, she saw me and met me at the fence. So I met her at the fence and I apologized, like, look, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to break into your property. I'm just trying to rescue your goat. She's like, no, 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 no. I'm just trying to tell you thank you for keeping an eye on my goats. Long story short, we got to talking, blah, blah, blah. And the weather, if you ever need a shelter, a tornado shelter, you can always come here. And that is within, I don't know, maybe less than 50 yards from the RV park. And if you're in Oklahoma, it is always good to know, or anybody in Tornado Alley, it is always good to know where your closest tornado shelter is. And I had been looking for this, and I hadn't even talked to my neighbor because I had been wanting to ask her if I could use her shelter, if not, for me to look for alternatives. Y'all, I kid you not, like 3 days later, maybe not even that, 2 or 3 days later, after that, 2 or 3 days later after that, this is when this bad weather started going on. And I'm not going to say I didn't take it seriously, because no, that is not the word, because every weather warning I take very seriously. But let's just say I did not take immediate action until the alert on the phone gave the city where I was in, and the alert said, seek shelter now. And that's a little different than just your regular warning. That means that either a tornado has developed or is developing on top of you, or you are about to get hit, and you got, like Star Trek says, minutes to hit your shelter. And we have 3 chihuahuas, y'all. Y'all know that. So I told Bill, said, okay, we have to seek shelter now. I said, I can see the tornado shelter from my RV, from my neighbor's property. So I told Bill, I said, let me go outside and let me see if the neighbor is getting in her shelter. Now, friends, if a native Oklahoman that's lived in Oklahoma all their life you see them getting in their tornado shelter, then that's when you probably should go ahead and get into the tornado shelter. So friends, and this is midnight, okay? This is like 12:45 at night. And it's, of course, I mean, it's like total, it's like we are not in Kansas anymore. We are talking about wind and the lightning and, yes, fire and brimstone. And I come back in. I told Bill, said she is getting in the shelter. Let's go ahead and go. We have to go. So what did we do? We just grabbed a wallet, and we already had our emergency plan. Luckily, we just grabbed the dogs, and I grabbed my hard drive with my important documents, a gun, my wallet, the dogs, and just some other items, and ran from the RV park full speed in the rain. It was an adventure, friends. And yes, I got it all on film for YouTube. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. This whole adventure is going to be posted up on the channel because yes, my life was probably in danger, but I am a YouTuber, and I always tell you, ever in the middle of an emergency, of course, we're going to document this because we need to tell the people what is going on. So the footage might be a little dark because, of course, it was midnight, but I do have it on video nonetheless. So, yes, friends, we ended up in this tornado shelter with our neighbor. And once we got down there, there was already another neighbor with 2 kids. Now, the thing with those was one of the telltale signs that a tornado is going over you is that, of course, you feel the vibration. Number 2, your ears pop because of the pressure. Number 3, it sounds like it's a freight train that's coming, right? Unfortunately for yours truly, where I live is right next to the railroad tracks. So within this storm, there are trains that come. So I couldn't tell if the vibration and the sound was actually a freight train or if it was a tornado. So we are sitting there in the tornado shelter in the dark with 3 children, 3 adults, 3 ill-tempered chihuahuas, and 1 weenie dog that belonged to my neighbor, trying to keep the peace in the dark. Friends, it was an experience. Let me tell you, it got hot. It was sweaty. I had never experienced that before. I have never had gotten to resort to going to a tornado shelter. And I lived in North Texas for a long time. I owned a house long time ago in the North Texas area, in the Vernon area, that also had a tornado shelter. And I dodged numerous tornadoes there. I never actually got to be underground. So it was most definitely an experience, friends, of just the power of nature is just amazing. And in the words of my daughter, it is beautiful and horrifying at the same time. No, well, not horrifying, but you know what I mean. It can be a little scary, right? I mean, nature is just amazing and beautiful, but it can be a little scary. But it was such an experience, friends. And it turns out that after we took shelter in my neighbor's shelter and came out and started getting news, what happened was that this particular tornado was, I want to say, at F2 or something along those lines. It started developing right over us, and we got lucky because it ended up hitting literally like 10 minutes away. It was 10 miles away in the next town over in Marietta, which is this one right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right under the update, 10 minutes from where I am, this is what happened. And I do have footage of this. Like I said, I was able to capture all of this on video for y'all. I did get it all for the channel. So yes, this happened in the town of Marietta. Excuse me. Also on, give me a second, guys. My heart and prayers go out to the individuals in Oklahoma, Nebraska, Alabama, all the way through the Midwest that were hit by the tornadoes, but especially Oklahoma. A couple of days later, I posted on social media. I wanted to volunteer and help out after the aftermath for the tornadoes here in Oklahoma. So, of course, I took my handy dandy GoPro and decided to drive my happy butt out here to Marietta and check this out. And it was, there was a lot of damage. It was a devastating tornado. I was glad to see that by the time that I got there, they no longer needed assistance as for first responder volunteers, which that's what I was volunteering to as a first responder. They had it all under control, which was good to see. I was happy to see that, but I was also wanting to lend a hand, but I was glad that they also had it under control. But I got that on video. I'm gonna pile it up and I'm gonna post it on the channel once I get to it. Like I said, friends, it's been crazy. But yes, right here in Marietta, this is a dollar store, a Dollar Tree that was hit. It was also a nursing home that was damaged and a hospital. There were injuries, but I believe luckily there weren't any fatalities that I could tell. Hey, Charlie Grace, yeah, tornadoes have been crazy. What is going on, Charlie Grace? Welcome, welcome to TBL. Oh, goodness, friends. So, yes, friends, it was totally crazy. I was glad to see that they were able to evacuate the individuals from the nursing home. And but right now, like I said, the weather is crazy. I'm keeping an eye on the weather right now. The storms that are actually coming my way. That, like I said, just a tornado just dropped down north of Abilene, and they had multiple injuries on their on that right now. So it's been. I was hoping that the weather wasn't going to catch up with me during this live stream, because even though I have Starlink, sometimes it is known. I mean, if it's tornado weather, you are going to lose your satellite. She Devil Adventures, what is happening? Welcome to TBL Thursday. She Devil, welcome. So it's been, friends, it's been super, super crazy. And what can I say? If during this time, I don't know in what part of America y'all live, but we all are always in I mean, not in need, but come with an emergency, right? Whether it's a tornado or a hurricane or an earthquake or severe weather or something, I cannot tell you enough how important it is to at least have a mediocre plan of exit or of for an emergency. Like for me now, like if the least mediocre plan for me would be I grab my wallet and I know where my closest tornado shelter is, right? A better plan would be I already have my to-go bag, right? And I have my important documents in there, and I have my medication, and I have money, and my wallet, and your list, and your heirlooms, and you just grab it and go, ideally, right? But if not, worst case scenario, at least where your safe place to go is. And if not, tell a family member where you are going to be at all times. In case something happens, they know where your last location is. They know where you are. They know if you moved during severe weather, because if power goes out and there is no communication, they won't know. And it can be hairy for families in situations where you're watching the weather, you're seeing that it's been hit by severe weather. Every time it rains, I start to brace myself. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, guys, about this cough. I might, I might cut this a little short. I'm glad you're okay. I am too. It was, it was close, Linda. It was. I have. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I have full confidence that the hand of the Lord was upon my house, because as soon as that siren hit and it said seek shelter now, and you just kind of have that chit chat with the Lord, and it's just it. And somebody was watching out for me. That is for sure. Somebody was out watching out for me, because it was too close for comfort, and we were just lucky. But I am glad that keep those snacks and bottle of wine handy, girl. Charlie Grace. I was There's been known that people in tornado shelters that decide that they want to go out and get something. It's like, let me go out and get some beer instead of life-saving equipment. You know, Maria Mar, hi you all. This is Mom. I am so tranquil. You both guys are fun. It was so scary. Yeah, it was a little scary. Glad you're okay. I had one about 5 miles away. Wow, Charlie Grace. Yeah, it's been. I don't know. You're still up by Tennessee. I'm not sure, but yeah, around the Tennessee area. Like I said, the tornado alley. Right now, I'm looking at Abilene. Right now, north of Abilene's got some really severe storms right now, tracking two, one or two tornadoes. So it's been. I had never experienced that, and of course, seeing the aftermath and seeing the damage in person, it's a whole different animal when it was 10 miles away and you're hunkered down in a room that it's probably, I don't know, 15 by 15 feet, maybe 20 feet by 20 feet. In this instance, it was dark because it didn't have any power. It hadn't been cleaned in a while, so the floor was littered with bugs. There was spiders in there, so yeah, it's a cellar. It's not a pleasant place. So I mean, if you are like buggy and I mean, it's either that or, and it's hot and it's damp and you're just hunkering and it's the vibration and your ears pop, and it's an experience, friends. It is definitely an experience, just to experience the power of nature, of even being close to something like that. And like I said, I got it all on video. I have myself with my GoPro inside the tornado shelter, and even while the sirens were still going on, and of course the fire department and the police department and sheriff's department have the sirens with the megaphones telling everybody in the neighborhood to seek shelter now. But it was so hot in the tornado shelter that Bill ended up opening the door. So I told him, if you're going to do that, so let me get the GoPro and let me go out there and let me film real quick. So yes, friends, I got out there in the middle of the sirens, waiting for the tornadoes, walking around, trying to film, trying to find the light so I could get like a good shot, so I could tell you all exactly what was going on. So it was definitely an experience, and it is something that is going to be coming to the channel soon. I'm not sure yet when I'm going to be posting the video. This, like I said, there's been a lot been going on, but stay posted on the channel though, because we've been having a lot of adventures. Like I said, I just posted the one of me taking my daughter to picking up inmates at one of the Texas prisons. So that was interesting nonetheless. So the adventures are definitely coming, friends, and this video is not going to lack adventure, and I am going to compile this whole video for you. I am also even talked to my neighbor and asked her if I could come back here in the next couple days during the day, so I could film around her property and the tornado shelter around the area, so I could get a better picture for you guys and show you during the day exactly what it looked like and what our trajectory was, and tell you everything that had happened and show you the shelter and compile it with along with the footage of the aftermath of the tornado. And let me take a sip. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what has been going on here at TBL, and there are some new developments that are in the works that they're kind of churning in the middle, that they're in the works. So it's been a work in progress, and I just, what can I say, friends? Thank you all for supporting the channel, and thank you all for coming on this Thursday, even though I hadn't been up here for the past. Oh, it's getting warm in here, y'all. Let me get my handy dandy fan. Whew. I hadn't been out here in the past 2 weeks. Like I said, it has been so busy with everything that happened with the family and the weather and home, and I've been having to do some repairs on the RV. I just recently repaired the air conditioning unit on top of the RV with Bill. I posted that on Instagram. So it's been crazy. I'm still trying to do some other repairs on the RV. I need to replace the seals on one of the slides in the RV, and I'm going to have to YouTube that, because I'm going to have to resort to Mexi rigging, because right now these are troubling times in the kingdom, friends, and not everybody can afford an RV tech on wheels. But lucky for me, I have some friends that are RV tech on wheels that are YouTubers, and I'm going to ask them and see if they can tell me where I can just purchase the parts for like a reasonable price, and I can just Mexi rig it and do it myself. Right? What time is it? Okay, we're getting there. And I think we are getting through the show okay. I haven't had a serious coughing attack yet. I'm still trying to keep an eye on the weather out here. Abilene is getting hammered, y'all. My prayers go out to the people in Abilene. North of Abilene, they were saying there was a mobile home park. There were a lot of injuries out there, and they're tracking that storm right now. So again, what can I say? Again, wherever you are, always have an emergency plan for no matter where you are, whether hurricane, tornadoes, earthquakes, typhoons, tsunamis. There's always going to be some type of an emergency. At least have some sort of mediocre plan, because whenever the emergency arises, that is not the time to figure out what you're going to do in an emergency. And it's not really worth your life, friends. It's not really worth your life when you can take 15 minutes. And I mean, if you don't really want to make a good plan, you don't have to. You can half-ass it. At least just find a safe place to go, and let somebody know where you're going to be, and that's it. I mean, I recommend more. It's recommendable that you do more, but at least do that. It is super important. I can't see. Let's check on the comments. Best advice is never to wait to take shelter. That is right. Absolutely, Charlie Grace. Don't be like me and go outside and look around and see if you see the tornadoes. If you see it on your phone that says take shelter now, you go and you take shelter now. Don't dilly-dally. Don't wait to go and pick up your stuff. It's just stuff. You grab our animals and then you go. But they are not alone. God is with them always. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I always pray for the people with hard days. Yeah, we've been sending prayers out to the people in Oklahoma and the Midwest, because they've been Don't forget your pet records. So if you have to go to a shelter, there won't be issues. Yes, that is a good one. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Charlie Grace. Yes, I forgot to mention that, but that is a good one. Yes. Make sure, like Charlie Grace says, if you have pets, that you have your pet records, because if you need to get into a shelter, or if you need to have them kenneled, or God forbid you need to take them to the vet because they're injured or something like that, they're going to need the records to see if they've been vaccinated, etc. So it's always good to have those. If anything, friends, take a picture of them and keep them on your phone, on the cloud, on the Google Cloud, where you will be able to have access to those. And also, let me know here, and for those of you friends, thank you for my lurkers, and those of you that are watching me on the replay later on. And let me know in the comments below if you would like me to make a video in the future in reference to making an emergency plan on things that you need to do, things that I recommend. If you would like me to put out something like that, I would definitely, I can do that for you. I can compile it, make you a nice little list, and maybe we can help the peeps out if they're interested in that. You know what I mean? So friends, it's been, now what about you? That's enough about me, right? I am drinking green tea, and so far it's helped. I haven't been having to cough a lot, and I thought that I was going to have to do a 30-minute show, but oh, I think that's Bill. Goodness gracious. Hold on, friends. Hello? Yes. Yes. I don't know. You want me to ask the viewers? No, it's okay, but you're not on speaker. Yeah. Yeah, I changed my mind. Okay, bye. Okay, friends, I'm sorry about that. Bill asked me if I was going to have a live stream tonight before he went to work. I told him I probably wasn't, that I was going to put on the community tab that I was going to be under the weather, and we wasn't. But then I had a change of heart, and I figured I left you for too long, and it had already been 2 weeks, and I hadn't been around, so I had to at least come on here sickly and all, at least for a little bit, to to tell you what's been going on and just give you a little bit of update, and not leave you behind. So that's what it was calling me. I thought you weren't doing the show tonight. So yes, friends, it has been a totally crazy week. I'm still trying to crank out the content. I'm still working on a few things. I'm still keeping an eye on the weather for the rest of the night, for tonight. Oh goodness, we still have a few minutes left on the show. This idea is great. Of us should know the basic procedures in case of an emergency. Okay, that would, I need to update the items in our go bag. Yeah, me too, She Devil. Actually, I need to update my go bag and my list also on some of the things that I need to do. And I might go ahead and do that once I start getting all my updated items for my bag. I'll start making my checklist to make the video and post it up on the channel. But like I said, friends, stay posted, because I'm gonna come out with this video, and you're gonna see TBL's adventures inside the tornado sheltering hunkering down, making fun and making light with the neighbors of this is how us Southerners meet up for the weekends in Oklahoma, kind of thing. But it was crazy, and like I was glad that my assistance was not needed for volunteering in the aftermath. And still, our prayers and our thoughts go to the individuals in Oklahoma that were hit by all these storms, and the Midwest, and right now in Texas that is going through severe weather right now. Like I said, in Abilene, that was just north of Abilene, that was just hit by a tornado. So be weather aware, friends. Always keep an eye out. It can change in an instant, no matter where you are. It could be rain, it could be a tornado, it could be snow, it could be wind, but it's always stay weather aware, and have a plan. Don't worry your loved ones, especially your mama. Your mama won't like it if you worry her. And if you don't tell her what's going on, and if you're not safe, she's going to be upset. Right, mama? I know that because my mama is always watching. And my mama will be upset if I'm not safe. But my mama always knows that I am trained in emergency situations and I always have a plan. But with that said, friends, like I said, stay weather aware, especially in this next couple days. And with that, friends, I cannot tell you how interesting it is to hear your ears pop. And I know that's when the tornado was close. When your ears pop, that's when you know that the air pressure, it's either right on top of you or it is just prime where the pressure just did something where your ears pop, and then that's when you know. That's when you know. And that's when she knew she had to seek shelter. Now. So, yes, friends, seek shelter. It was nuts. It was nuts. It was nuts, but I was glad that I was there, and some of the kids that were there, and it was one of our neighbors with her two small children, and another neighbor. And I always I don't know, I always find it comforting when I am able to help someone in those type of situations, because that's just my thing. That's what I used to do. Just it's just, let's not freak out. It's my thing. But when we're sitting down in the shelter, just to be a helping hand, with individuals that are down there with me in the dark, with dead bugs around and spiders and small children and the noise outside with the storm, and they're freaking out, to be able to be the voice of calm and be like, it's all right, friends. It's like, everything's gonna be all right. We're safe down here. It's a tornado shelter. Nothing's gonna happen to us. And like mom says, the hand of God is upon us, and if the hand of God is upon us, nothing is gonna happen to us. And plus, I mean, I also told them, my husband and I are also police officers. I said, you don't have to worry about anything. Everything's going to be all right. And it helps individuals sometimes just to have that voice that everything's going to be all right, because it can be a scary situation for individuals that have never been to something that is really stressful, that really gets your adrenaline up, where your hands start to shake and you're in fight or flight mode. It's a whole different animal. So I always like to be able to be of service, and when I can, in situations like that. And I was super thankful that my neighbor had a tornado shelter and that she offered it to me. And this week I am going to make her a homemade banana nut bread and a jug of sweet iced tea, because we're here in the South, y'all. We are here in the South, and right here in the South, that's how we Southerners say thank you to our neighbors. We either bring a casserole or homemade bread and some sweet iced tea and sit on the porch. So I'm going to make this woman a homemade banana nut bread and bring it to her house to tell her thank you for allowing me and my family and my dogs to be able to use her tornado shelter and potentially saving our lives. And keep trucking with the channel, friends, and move on with life. And hopefully I can get over this cold and continue to bring the content to you. And I hope that I can continue to bring the happiness and that I can continue to help out in emergency situations when I can. And if anything, to bring a little bit of happiness and joy into your life through my videos and give you, I don't know, a little bit of tidbit of information, of joy, of love, of something useful that I can bring to you, because I do care about you. And I know I say this all the time, but I can't say it enough. I do love you. You are my brethren, and I love you. And I care about you, y'all. So that's why I couldn't stay away for long. And even though I was disease ridden, I couldn't disease ridden you through the internet. So I decided to do the live stream. So thank you, friends, for joining me on Thursday again. And on this catch up with this update with this tornado craziness, which has been a completely, totally crazy 2 weeks. It has been totally crazy. It has been interesting. It has been sad. It has been challenging. It has been happy, but it's life, right? We're always going to have happy times. We're going to have sad times. We're going to have challenging times, and it's life. And I share that with you. I share my challenges, my hopes, my dreams, my screw ups, my WTF moments, and who knows what else that you probably don't need to listen to. But it is what it is, right, friends? Poor Abilene people. Great reason to thank God for his protection, and take care. I love you deeply. I love you too. Rest, drink lots of water, and positive thoughts. Yes, we are working on that, friends. And it is, oh my gosh, it is, wow, it is almost time for the hour. Like I said, friends, it had been totally crazy. I am so grateful for y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button on this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and make sure that you have the bell for all the notifications so you know when I'm releasing a new short or a new video or a new live stream with all this craziness. Otherwise, how you're going to know what this crazy Mexican is going to do? And you're going to stay updated on my Mexi rigging on the RV. And I also have some TBL in my kitchen episodes that I also have in the works. That it is hard cranking out content. If you're not editing, you're shooting video. And if you're not shooting video, you're editing. And if you're not editing, you're dodging tornadoes. And if you're not dodging tornadoes, you're inside the shelter. And if you're not inside the shelter, your family's dying. And if your family's not dying, you're disease ridden. And if you're not disease ridden, but, and within all that, I am grateful for everything that has happened to me this week, tornadoes and all, and absolutely everything that has happened to me this week, all the challenges and everything, even though some were very challenging, but I am grateful for those nonetheless, because, ladies and gentlemen, without the challenges, that is how we grow. That is how we learn, through our mistakes and things that challenge us and that makes us get out of our comfort zone to look at things differently and use our reason in different ways and look at different ideas. And that's how we grow. And that's my 2 cents. Goodness gracious. Don't spend it all in one place, because these are troubling times in the kingdom. Use it sparingly. So, friends, I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for liking this video. And thank you for those that have commented on the past video of taking my daughter to prison. And stay tuned, friends. I love you so much. Thank you all that watch me on the replay. Thank you to all of my friends all over the world that, oh my gosh, that see our channel, that now we have friends in Australia, the Philippines, New Zealand, Japan, Korea, Mexico, Venezuela, all of Latin America, Australia. It goes on. Indonesia, can't forget my Indonesian people out there, Vietnam, my Vietnamese peeps out there, and the list goes on. I am super grateful, and I could not be thankful enough. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I could just be a crazy Mexican and it's like, hey, I'm gonna have a show and I'm just gonna talk to people all over the world and somebody's actually gonna want to listen to my nonsense. And I'm looking at the analytics and it's like this crazy Mexican has an audience in all of those countries going, we like your nonsense. Welcome to my group. We meet once a week. I usually used to bring snacks, but it's troubling times in the kingdom now. You can bring your own snacks though, but I promise that you'll have a lot of fun on this group. It'll be, no, it ain't gonna be Mexican Anonymous because it is the crazy Mexican show. So it is what it is. But we're still meeting once a week. So you just come to group. It doesn't matter what it is. You just come to group once a week and we'll get together and we'll have some fun and we'll share some stories. Right? Right. With that said, friends, again, thank you so much for allowing me the space in your lives, for letting me come into your living rooms, your tablets, your phones, your TVs. Thank you for your wonderful comments, for supporting the channel. I cannot tell you enough how much I thank you. The channel has got over 12,000 views in 28 days, and I am just grateful to have this platform where I can share my love and my joy with you. And remember, be the change that you want to see. Don't forget to love your fellow man, because there's a lot of people out there that are out there to stiff the fellow man. Don't be out there to stiff the fellow man. It is not nice to stiff the fellow man. Be the change that you want to see. Help a brother out when you can. And don't forget, in the same bat channel, on the same bat time every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time with TBL with your crazy Mexican on Thursdays, because you never know what's going to happen with your crazy Mexican here at And friends, I have the camera ready. And just in case that there is bad weather coming my way, don't worry, friends. I have the camera ready. And if there's another update like this with weather or something interesting that is going to happen here at TBL, don't forget that here the crazy Mexican Nancy Adams is going to risk her life in a very stupid way outside trying to get footage of a tornado. There's a disclaimer. Not stupidly, because I am trained in emergencies and I do my due diligence, but this is just for show purposes. Do not try this at home. If it says seek shelter now, you seek shelter now. Do not dilly-dally. Do not stay outside to try to film the tornado. You leave that to me. I'll post it all on YouTube for you. Okay? Okay. I love you, friends. Thank you so much for watching your crazy Mexican. I think I'm gonna go have a cough drop now or something. One of them hot toddies. Okay, that's enough. Oh, not yet? Oh, you're still here? Oh, I love you so much. That is so cute. Thank you. But we do have to go now. But I do love you very much.